All right. So I didn't really want to have a topic for this call because I was like kind of spontaneous and I didn't really know what to talk about because if you guys watched my video earlier, then you know that I've been struggling as well in my business, and mostly because like I don't want to say it like this, but it's kind of the truth. Like chose to like struggle because I just like needed to turn it off for a little while. And I think that we all go through those moments. And I think it's really good to hear from someone that you know has been like a strong leader or a strong figure in our upline for a long time. And I kind of felt like that I lost my purpose and I lost my meaning. And the only thing that really was good for me still was like my own team. Do you guys see me? Did I freeze for a minute? Because everyone was frozen. Are you guys good? Yeah? Okay. So other than like my downline that I have now and like the clients that I'm actively helping still, like I really had like no want to like go out there and find new people or like really put myself out there anymore. Like I was sharing a lot less, if you guys noticed. And, you know, there was a lot going on in my personal life, which I shared with you guys in the video. But to be honest, that's kind of why I want to talk to you, because I'm really not one to use my struggles as like my downfall. And like I used to be that person, but I am not that person anymore. And honestly, as bad as some of the things going on in my life has been, like I've still managed to like make sure I'm on my game. Something just didn't click for me, and it wasn't about all of my situations as much as me. There was just something missing. And I know that a lot of us went to Summit, and even if you weren't at Summit, you were on that Summit high. And I told you guys that there's only going to be 10% of us that stuck to that high. And what's funny is that I didn't think I was going to be part of the 90% that did it, because I've always been the Beachbody person, like, and I think that's what kind of got to me, to be honest. And that's the truth, is that like I started to get defined as only a Beachbody coach, and people were like literally forgetting that I was a real person anymore. And it was hard for me, and it sounds stupid, but it was just something that was consistent in my life. So all of these things built up. And so that's my real story. And I didn't stop working my business. Like I didn't let anything go, but I didn't try anymore. And I know that it sucks to hear this, but it shows, right? Like I only have Success Club 6. I've never not hit 10 ever. And actually I'm at 9 now, I'm sorry, but I don't even know if I can hit 10, honestly. And that sucks to say, but I'm going to try obviously to do it, but I just never struggled as much as I have this last month. So I want to start off by saying one thing first, and I kind of got like sidetracked. When I do a call for you guys, I always like listen to Beachbody calls, and I get on them and I listen to a bunch of them and I get super crazy inspired. And then I'm so excited to get on the call and like share it with you. But I didn't do that this time. I tried to, and I started listening to the wake up calls, and I was listening to them, and I was like, oh, I can't listen to these. I have to go and listen to what I can relate to right now. And I love Beachbody. Let's just put that out there first. Like it's literally everything to me. I just am having a hard time connecting to being like this big, huge, amazing coach that just like never thinks about anything and I breathe Beachbody, because I feel like it was starting to take over my life. So I backtracked and I stopped listening to the wake up call for a minute, and I started listening to my own audio that I'm doing, my PD. So I wanted to share a part of this first. And if you guys have read You're a Badass, you probably already heard this or read it. But first of all, let me just say Audible has been like the best thing I ever did, because let's be honest, it's super hard to like read all the time. And as much as it's really good for us to like time out and go read a book, no one really gets the time to do that, especially if you're a mom, if you have a full-time job, whatever your life is about. It's really hard to like focus on a book even when you have time to do it. So if you don't use Audible yet, you should definitely invest in it, because it's literally changed my life in the last 2 weeks. And there's actually a Groupon for it for 2 months free right now. And I think I could send you the link if you need it. So I'm going to play a little clip, and just tell me if anyone can't hear it when I start playing it, just like wave to me or something, because I just want to play this little bit, because I think this is really going to define everything that I feel and everything that really makes sense to me. And this is the part that I listened to today, and then I got on the call with you guys, or the live call this morning.
5. Surround yourself with people who think the way you want to think. When you hang out with whiners, pessimists, tweakers, bleakers, freaker-outers, and life is so unfairers, it's an uphill climb to keep yourself in a positive headspace. Stay away from people with tiny minds and tiny thoughts and start hanging out with people who see limitless possibility as the reality. Surround yourself with people who act on their big ideas, who take action on making positive change in the world, and who see nothing as out of their reach. Make a conscious choice to do this. And if you don't know anyone who's got a big fat mind, go out and make some new friends. If you stop at, there's no one like that around here, that will be the truth, and that will set the wimpy tone for how you go about trying to manifest everything else into your life. How you do one thing is how you do everything. Get out there and find some people who make you feel like you can leap tall buildings in a single bound. Be clear on whom you want to meet and make a concerted effort to go meet them. Demand of the universe to connect you with them. Think of places where they might hang out or things they would do and insert yourself there. Being around inspired, visionary, enthusiastic people who are living their truths is one of the fastest ways to massively transform your life.
So I wanted to share that with you guys. I hope that you could hear it perfectly, because for me, this whole call is about reinventing your why and your purpose. And what I literally took away from everything that I've gone through in the last 2 months of like not really being in Beachbody as hard as I used to be, good. Not really like knowing what my purpose was within Beachbody anymore and all that stuff really came down to the part where I remembered how much I love my team, how much I love you guys, like how much I love helping people, and how much I would want anyone out there that doesn't have what we have in this community to be able to have it. I want people to feel the way that she just said, like, if I can't dictate what I want in my life now, I want to find the people and the things that are going to give me what I want in the universe. And that doesn't mean, and this is the big thing I want to get through to you, is that it doesn't have to always be, I'm going to be the biggest Beachbody coach in the world. I'm going to always hit Success Club. I'm going to be a 10-star diamond coach. That is what you want out of your business, but there has to be something more behind it in order to ever think that you're going to get there or even achieve that. Because I'm now a coach well over 2.5 years, and I've been so strong, but I'm still not a 10-star diamond coach. I'm still not an elite coach. And that's hard when you have worked as hard as I've worked. So I have to know that there has to be more to Beachbody than just saying that's my only game. Like that's the only end game for me. Because if that's the only end game for me, then I'm failing and then I suck. And we know that we don't suck and we don't fail at the things that we do if we're doing it with our heart and with our passion, right? And it's so easy to hear that. And if you're not making a lot of money doing Beachbody, or if you feel like you're spending more than you're making sometimes, and that happens to me too, because I'm obsessed with products, right? You have to know that when you have those feelings that you still have a purpose in what you're doing. And it's not just about the money. It's not just about the rank. You have to see the other part of it. And what she said is like, if you don't feel like you're getting that out of this experience, this is my honest opinion at this point, then you're missing something in this experience and you're focusing on the wrong thing, or you're looking for the wrong thing, because there's so much more to Beachbody and what you're doing as a coach than just the money or the rank or the other stuff, the fancy, flashy things. And we can all get caught up on that, because I do too. And there has been times where I thought, oh my God, I wish I was on those retreats with like the head coach and the top coach, whatever. And you know, at the end of the day, it's not about just that. What I see when I see those things is the people and the community. So going to Super Saturdays, like going to events, like meeting up with coaches in your community, even if they're not on your same team, those are the things that make you tick. Those are the things that keep you going. I had a coach that I met at a Super Saturday, and she's not on our team at all, messaged me yesterday, and we were just chit-chatting, and I realized I met her because of Beachbody. She lives in my neighborhood, and I have a really good friend out of her, and it has nothing to do with anything except that we both have a common ground, right, with Beachbody. My new coach, Jen, lives right by me, and she's become one of my best friends. Like, there is so much out of this opportunity that you have to see, because that's how you're going to find your why and your purpose, the real why and purpose. Because if you're literally just sitting here thinking of all the things you think you failed at, including your health and fitness, you're just going to keep failing because you're telling yourself you failed. And I am a big believer on mindset, and I know you guys know this about me already and my vibe and everything like that, but I truly know and believe in my heart that what you put out into the universe is what you get back. And for example, in the beginning of September, I literally was putting out negative. I know I was like just spewing it all over the place, and I couldn't stop myself. Even when I was saying to myself, like, you sound stupid, you need to stop, I still was putting it out there and it was like consuming my universe. When I finally started doing all of my PD about 2 weeks into September and like realizing what my worth was again, and like that I was bigger than what I was feeling and all these other things, literally like everything changed, everything in my life. So I totally, amazingly, 100,000 million% believe in what you put into the universe is what you get back. So if you're not surrounded by things and people that drive you, that find your purpose and your why and make you tick and make you feel like you could do anything in the world, then you need to find new people, and that's it. And if there's someone on this team that you haven't connected with, you need to find the person that you do. What I see when I look at all of our pages and like all of our posts is like a lot of love and a lot of support. When I see even my like coaches that aren't coaches anymore still commented on people's coaches posts, or like people are having babies and I see my coaches comments there, or like vice versa. Like when I see those things, that's what makes me feel like I found my purpose here, because of each of us, all of these people have come together. And that's the bigger picture. Like everyone on this call right now didn't know each other before this, and you wouldn't have known each other before this. So that is like a huge thing. And there's a reason why everyone is in each other's life. And in real life, you know, in the real world before this, maybe some of us wouldn't have gotten along. Maybe some of us wouldn't have been friends. But for whatever reason now, we all vibe for a reason. And you find that person and you connect with them, and it means something. So I wrote down like a few little things, and I just want to read through them because I don't even remember what I wrote down, to be honest. But I wrote down, struggle is our message, not our failure. So that's a huge one for me, because I really do believe that most people come to me with excuses on their struggles. And a lot of what I listed today in my live video would have been what we call struggles. But I don't see them as failures. I see them as part of my journey, which is number 2, define your journey. And also as part of number 3 of what I wrote down, my message. So people, you guys really need to stop using your weaker moments or your bad moments or your bad situations as your excuse in general, like for your fitness, for your health, for your business, for your life, everything, and use it as your strength and as your message. And you know, like for example, when I started this business, I like started off super strong, and then I found out I was pregnant with Donnie, and I was so devastated. And I was like, oh my God, that's it. It's over. Like my business is never going to run. I'm always so tired when I'm pregnant. I get fat when I'm pregnant. Like I'm not going to be able to work out. I got to get surgery. I'm going to be off my feet. Like I have a full-time job and 2 kids, and like, what's wrong with me? Like, oh my God, you know? And I was like, you know what? I like snapped out of it real quick, and I was like, I'm going to use this as my message. And everything about my pregnancy is going to make my business better, and it's going to make my life better. And it did. And I truly believe that I got pregnant with Donnie obviously on accident, but as like, there was a reason for it. And I think there's always a reason for anything, especially babies and whatnot. But there was definitely, I don't know if I would have ever gotten through my first year of Beachbody without getting pregnant. And that's the honest truth. Because I don't know if I would have been strong enough to go through my first year and stick to it and be as strong as I was my first 2 to 3 months if I didn't have such a big reason why I was doing it. And I knew that I wasn't going to be able to work after 3 babies. I knew that I didn't want to live in Queens in a 2-bedroom apartment. We weren't even in a 2-bedroom anymore. We made our living room our bedroom. It was like, you know, like literally Queens living over here, New York living. And I just knew, and I know in my heart that if I didn't get pregnant with Donnie, I wouldn't be where I am today. I wouldn't have bought a house. I wouldn't have moved. I wouldn't have done anything. So could I have used it as my failure? Could I have said, oh, I'm pregnant again, screw it, I'm going to have to get a cerclage, I'm going to be off my feet, I can't go to work, oh, I feel bad for myself. No, I didn't do that. I used it as my message, and I showed women, all different types of women, that you can still do it all. And I'm still continuously doing that, even though it is super hard. And it's so hard to be a mom. It's so hard to be a parent in general. It's so hard to be a wife or a husband or a sister or brother. Like there's so many parts of our life that is not freaking easy, but you got to stop using it as your excuse, and you have to find your strength in what that means and what kind of message. And if you think that you don't have a message in your life because you don't have some big crazy moment, like honestly, I don't wish losing a baby on anyone, so I don't want that to be your message. I don't wish like divorce on anyone, so you don't want to be like, oh, poor me, I never got divorced or miscarried, or you don't want to think that way. That's crazy. There has to be something in your life that's your message. There's a million people in your life and you know someone or you've been through something that you're not thinking of if you feel like you have no message. So my biggest takeaway for you guys tonight would be, and I think that Anna literally just said this, and I don't even think she's on the call, but she went to the big, huge, like after summit, and she talked to us when she got back. I asked her to talk to our downline and tell us what like her, like about her trip and what she took away. And she said the biggest takeaway for her was that they kept saying like, you need your message, you need a message, you need a message. And I feel like I've always said that to you guys, but sometimes you really need to hear. Like her saying it made me realize that sometimes you can say things all the time, but you have to hear it again and again and again to really understand how important it is. So I'm telling you right now, you need a message, you need a journey, you need your strength, you need to find strength in your weakness, and you need to share it. And you need to tell people out there that they're not alone. And that's like the huge thing. And I realized that I've always known that, but when I shared my story about Jason, it really, really, really defined how much it matters to let people know they're not alone. Every time I get on live feeds and my kids are being absolutely crazy, I realize that people need to know they're not alone, because it's super easy to look at someone that posts pretty pictures of themselves working out and I look like, oh, banging body after 3 kids. Like, hell no. Like, I have to like literally smack myself from eating cheesecake every night of the week. Like, it's crazy. Like, I struggle so hard, you don't even know. Like, it takes everything not to text my husband every night and ask for Dairy Queen. Like, I just want to eat Dairy Queen on my couch and cry every single night. So but to other people, they're seeing these pictures and they're like, oh, you're doing such a good job. I can never do that. But you can, but you have to share that part. So a suggestion I have for all of you, and we probably have already told you this, is to start going live more about the things that are real in your life. Start sharing more of your real life, like not just, oh, I worked out today and oh, I lost 10 pounds and yeah, let's all cheer for Amy because she lost another pound or another inch, because that stuff sometimes is not relatable to the people that need to find something to relate to. And that's the honest truth. If you can define yourself at your weakest moment and think about all of us as a whole as coaches, if you've seen my posts being so cheery and damn happy sometimes, you'd probably be like, shut the F up. Like, I am so not you. I don't feel that way. I literally can't stand you. You can stand me now because you feel the way I feel and you want to feel that way. You're doing something to feel that way every day. But people that don't feel that way naturally, they're going to hate you, and they need something to find that relates to their life that they can turn around and say, you know what, Melinda, you actually really do speak to me. You're not as perfect as I thought you were. And I know it sucks and we all want to look perfect. Like, let's not get it twisted. Of course it feels good when people are like, oh, you have the perfect life. I'm like, oh, I know, totally, thank you. As I'm like crying in the background because like my husband and me are fighting every moment of the day. Like, they're like, oh, you and Danny are so cute. I'm like, I can't stand him anymore. Like, I don't know what you're talking about. So of course it feels good to like people think that you're so perfect, but you're not going to get anywhere with being perfect. You're not going to get anywhere with sharing only the happy things or the positive things. You have to find a way to share your message and share your weaknesses in a way where you can still let people know there's an answer and there's a will and there's a way, and that you have struggled. You still continuously struggle in some way, shape, or form, but you're here to tell them that they can do it and they don't have to struggle and they can have a support system. And that's like really all I want to say. Like, just, so I wrote, surround your life with positiveness. So surround your life and spew out what you need to know and what you need to hear and what you need to feel. My posts always, and I'm telling you, because if you read through my post for last month, you'll see like how crazy my mind has been, are always what I need to hear. They're always what I need to continuously say to myself to believe it. So like today, even, I don't know if it was today or whatever, I wrote the one that says like, you know, you have to believe in your mind. Like, your mind will do what your body will do what your mind tells it. And that's because the whole entire time I worked out today, I kept saying to myself, I'm like, all right, Angela, you could do this. Like, you control your body. Your mind doesn't control you. You control your mind. You control your body. And I had to say it over and over. And it sounds crazy, but it's what I had to do to get through my workout today, because I didn't want to work out. I didn't want to work out yesterday. Didn't want to work out the day before. I didn't want to work out Monday when it was my son's 7th birthday and he's not here. I didn't want to, but I did because I had to keep telling myself what I needed to hear. So when you talk to people on your posts and when you talk to people on your Facebooks and your social media and your live feeds and your Snapchats and all of these things, you want to be cheery, you want to be happy, you want to be positive, but sometimes you need to just say what you need to hear, and you need to like really put it out into the universe, because when you put it out there, you'll believe it and people will believe in what you have to say. And that's really my big story right now. And I hope that helps you guys, because, you know, like I said, I really wanted to be honest with you guys. And I know I've been totally MIA. Like I literally told Darby I quit Beachbody. I was like, I can't do this anymore. Like, I don't even want to be an elite empire anymore. Like, I was like going crazy. So you guys don't even know how crazy it's been for me. Thankfully, like I said, the community is what keeps me here, and my team is amazing, and they're so supportive and they're awesome and they're so supportive of each other. And I just love everything about my team. I love everything about all of us, but especially my downline. They're just like, you guys are just like awesome. And some of you are on here, so I'm talking obviously to you, but like they always find a way to like make me believe in what I'm doing again. And it's just an amazing feeling to have that. So when you can find people that believe in your message and have that, that's what's going to keep you going. And I'm so lucky to have my team, and I want you guys to have that same feeling for yourselves and your own team. And other than that, like Rosanna, me, Allie, Lindsay, we started this together and we're still going strong together, and we struggle. And if you guys think that we don't, like, we struggle harder than all of you, because like we have so much hope in this for all of you guys that it makes us feel like terrible when people aren't getting somewhere, or they're not doing more, or they don't know what to do, or they feel lost, and then it makes us feel like failures, right? So like we've been racking our brain trying to come up with stuff for you guys, and we're gonna have stuff coming up, I promise. We've been saying that, but it really is coming up, I swear. We just need it all to get like back into our zone. But you guys need to find that same thing in yourselves, and we can only tell you enough times like what your worth is and what's important and what you need to do, and train you and tell you and train you more and then tell you more. But like until you are physically feeling it in yourself and putting it out into the universe, we're just going to keep doing it, and you guys aren't. So that's like the truth. So last, implement anything you heard today that like struck a nerve. Implement anything that you've heard from any of us. Darby's been doing calls. I know I haven't been on those. Like I've like literally checked out. I'm not even joking, guys. Like I've been like, but I have been doing my health and fitness. I actually feel like I'm in the best shape since I've had Donnie. So I feel really good about that. And that's a big point. Like you guys have to feel good in your own journey and about yourselves, because I know for me, my biggest downfall in the last 2 months was that I was like struggling so hard with my own body and my own weight. And like, I know it doesn't seem that way because like I try not to put that out there, but like it was hard. Like I was like literally binge eating all the time and like crying about it and like getting sick, and like I was doing all of my old habits, and I haven't done that in a really long time, and I was really depressed about that. And I know that that was a thing that let me totally fall down in my business, because I didn't feel like I can help someone help themselves when I couldn't help myself. So you need to put yourself first in every situation, whether it be as a person, as a mom, as a father, as a husband, as a wife, as a friend, as a sister. I was taking on everyone's problems and I was putting myself last, and that is so not the way to like live your life. So no matter what's going on in your guys' life, put yourself first and wake up every day and know your worth. Listen to personal development, work out, do all the things that you need to do to make your life feel good, and then it will just be easy to like put it out there into the universe. So I'm gonna see if anyone wants to ask any questions real quick, and or if you guys want to say anything or add something. I don't want to just be like always talking to you guys. I want to talk with you. And we'll just stay on for a few more minutes. You're welcome, Tiff. And thank you guys for getting on, because I know I haven't been here, and I know that's like a lot to ask sometimes when I'm like, hey, I haven't showed up, but you guys want to get on a call with me and listen to what I have to say, because I know it's like more believable when you're like on your game. But thank you, Tiffany. Tiffany, you're just like going for it tonight. I think we should just go out like on a date or something. All right, just you're paying now. All right, does anyone want to add something? Has anyone gone through a struggle, like has something we ain't going far? Super Saturday, if the guest goes but doesn't want to work out. Honestly, you don't always have to work out. Oh, Bonnie did it privately. She asked if a guest goes to work on Super Saturday, if they have to work out. You don't always have to work out. There's been times where we didn't work out. Like we left because we had other things to do after. And I mean, I like to work out because it's fun, but like the last one was outside and it was 100 million degrees and it was 22-minute hardcore. And I was like, there's no way I'm working out in 103-degree weather right now to 22-minute. I can't even do that crap in my AC. So we didn't do that one. So you don't always have to do the workout. And honestly, that's not like the big picture of what you're doing. It's like the message. Melinda, thank you for getting on because you inspired me today to get back on my game. So Melinda like messaged me earlier and told me about a dream she had, and it involved me, and it wasn't sexual, but maybe it was. I don't know if she told me that part. But literally just like sometimes you need to hear it from someone like that you think that you don't matter to like realize that like it still matters. So I really appreciate that from Melinda because I never would have expected like a message like that from her. So it really made me feel good. And it's funny because like she was like, oh, like from a random coach. And I'm like, I feel like I'm the random coach right now. Like we don't talk that much. So like for you to really think about me like means something to me. You have to use this one up here. I'll be done in 5 minutes. I'll be done in 5 minutes. I don't know. Use the one from the other living room. Thoughts today. Okay. Denise, I love you and I missed you and I'm so glad you got on. All right, Melissa, I love you. Non-sexual, she said. Hold on, what did Bonnie said? No, I want to stay, but the other person doesn't. Can they stay in the lot? Yeah, they can stay, they can sit, they could do a lot of things, but go to a Super Saturday. It's so worth it. Okay, does anyone want to add anything or ask anything before we get off? Is everyone like ready to run their business again? Oh, just so you know, the reason that we're coming up with something, me and the girls, is because we go through this every year, and I know most of you have been in the business for a little longer than a few months, so you probably have already heard this speech. October to December is the literally most depressing time to be any kind of health or fitness coach, especially a Beachbody coach or anything of that nature. So with that said, you know that it's out there. You're hearing it from my lips. I've been through 3 of them already, and it fucking sucks. You have to literally stick to being accountable right now. That's your only goal. Accountability, posting, not disappearing. Don't disappear because everyone else does. Keep moving, keep posting, keep being the only thing people see when they wake up at 6 a.m. or 7 a.m. or 8 a.m. because when October to December ends and January hits, you want to be the person people go to. And that's my best advice right now. And I think that my Wi-Fi is probably being iffy because everyone keeps, hold on. Did everyone hear that? Yes? Someone give me a thumbs up. Were we good? Yeah? Okay. All right. So I'm going to let you guys go, but literally don't give up on your business because it's going to get quiet and it's going to get boring and everyone's going to like disappear on you and it's going to get really, really sucky, but don't give up. Keep being accountable. Keep remembering your why. Keep reinventing your purpose and just be good to each other. And that's it. I love you guys. Thank you for getting on.